Yeah, I've had several people ask me how I do a spiral spinner for the 109, and I figured I got one for a new airplane I'm doing. I figured I'd go ahead and show you how I do it. This is one from a previous one. Anyway, what I do is I take a spinner and I go ahead and first I go ahead and drill all the holes in, or cut my holes in for my prop, and then I go ahead and drill it and tap the holes for the spinner to fit onto the back plate. Then I take and I sand it down really well. I actually use like 220 grit paper and wet sand it while under water, so I can just get it nice and cleaned off. Then I go ahead and I prime it and I shoot it. This is a flat white. I just use just a cheap flat white paint. Anyway, once I get it to that point, I always do the underlying color first, which is white, because it's hard to paint white back over black and get it to be a nice crisp color. Anyway, the way I do it is I just take the 3M tape and I more or less freehand it. I tried on a set of plans for 109 I tried to find a template that would work really well, and it was just hard to come up with a template that would lay on a spinner like this. And the best way I found to do it was I actually get a picture of a spinner straight on, and you can see how they start. But anyway, I just take the 1/8 inch tape from 3M, and I more or less just freehand it. I start here in the center. Let's see if I can back this off a little bit. I start here in the center. And the good thing about 3M tape, you can change it to whatever or you can pull it up and reposition it however many times you need to. And I just more or less start working my way around, and this stuff bends really well. And what you need to do is find out how many rotations you need to make, or that will follow your plan. See, that's generally how I do it. You can see the spiral on there, and what you want to do is just look for it and make sure it looks, see, like you can see where I've got a hump there. What I'll do is I'll pull this back up and straighten that out, and then I'll come back on the inside, or actually on the outside, and come back around and make it as wide as I'm looking for. And that's all I did here. I did the exact same thing. And I'll go ahead and get the spiral on, and then I'll show you a picture of it once I get all the blue tape on there. But that's generally how I do this. And I'll be back in a minute and show it all taped up. Okay, you can see here this is all freehanded. I worked it out until I had the spiral on the inside first. And then I went back and went just outside and increasing it just a little bit all the way around until I got it to the end. Now what I'm going to do is go back with my other masking tape, and I will fill in between here. And what we're going to do is paint all this red, because the spinner on this one was red. So I'm going to go ahead and get this masked off. Now you can see, and if you really want to get particular, you can mess with it more, that this actually gets a little thinner there. But to me, once you get it painted, nobody will ever notice it. I'm going to leave it like this and fill this in, and I think once we get through, the finished product will look really, really good. Okay, here you can see what's green here will be left white. The rest of it will be red. So you can see how I've done this. That's what my finished product looks like. I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and I'll bring it back and show you the finished product. Okay, here's the finished spinner. You can see I inevitably have a couple spots because I didn't tape very well. It came through with the red onto the white. I'll just, you can really take some really lightweight sandpaper and get rid of that, like some 1200 grit or whatever, and it'll come out. It's not perfect, but once it's on an airplane and spinning, you'll never know it. And from 5 feet away, you can't tell the spirals are not perfect. So anyway, that's how I do it. That's about it.